February. I'm in zone 7. We are talking 5 things you can still do in the wintertime if you're into gardening. Let's get into it. 1. Grow microgreens. Microgreens are like magical fairy dust that I sprinkle on all my food. You can grow them inside on a rack with lights, so you're not subject to the weather as much. I love having a steady supply of some type of microgreen. In about 2 to 3 weeks, you can be harvesting microgreens and using them in your food. I get my seeds from True Leaf Market. I get my trays from Bootstrap Farmer. Some of the lights that I use are daisy chainable, and I got them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check those out. There's lots of options for lights. 2. Plant fruit trees.
Many of us associate planting fruit trees in the spring, but many of us can still plant them in the winter. Just make sure that they are dormant, bare root trees, and if in doubt, the nursery will send them when it's safe to plant.
It's January 21st. Garden. It's nice and cool. I got fruit trees to plant. It's an order from Willis Orchard, so I have a brown turkey fig, a Honeycrisp apple, a red skin peach, and an autumn royal apricot. So I'm gonna try to find some spots in the garden to get these in the ground,
And we'll see how they do.
On a similar note, point number 3 is collect Scion wood.
You should learn to craft this year with me. I tried last year and failed miserably. Some tips to get started. Look for the new growth from this most recent season.
Right.
I've seen the video that I'm finding the new growth, where the new growth ends or begins. Get a grafting knife. There are lots of options out there for grafting knives. I put a link in the description below for the one I currently have. If you're interested, check that out.
I've got these Scions collected, and we will wrap them in a wet paper towel and all the water. I'm going to put them in this plastic bag and put them in the fridge, and we're going to try to graft them in the spring and see how we do. Point number 4, build things. I am working on Jim Kovaleski's precision seeder for mainly beets, turnips, radishes, carrots. Out on the length of these roofing nails, they are a quarter long, so if I were to go back, too long, but we'll see. So, and then I have it's a 4 by 24 strip of pegboard with the nails coming out the bottom. I'm going to attach this pegboard to this board below, and then this will be my template that goes through the nails, and we will see how that goes.
Other ideas include raised beds. I just took mine out. I'm trying something different this year. Trellises. Chances are you have climbing plants. Go ahead and get them ready.
Point number 5, buy seeds and start seeds. The obvious.
If you're growing hot peppers, tomatoes, and eggplants, especially, you should calculate best when to start them. But you can start a lot of these plants from January to March. Hot peppers especially take so long to bear fruit that I tend to start them in January. This year, I'm trying out soil blocks as well, which seems to be the next evolution of starting seeds. There's less plastic involved. The trade-off is there's more work to make your seed blocks. There are other pros and cons as well, which I may go into in a later video. If you're interested in doing soil blocks, I'll put a link below in the description for where you can get them on Amazon.
And I'll give you a bonus. You could still plant garlic. Can you? I think you can. If you were not able to get garlic in the ground in the fall, word on the street is you can still get garlic bulbs using this method. Either way, you'll still get green garlic, so it's worth a shot. The trick is to trick the garlic cloves into thinking they're in the ground by putting them in a Ziploc bag. I'm using a dilly container with some moist potting soil and store them in the fridge for at least 2 weeks. Then plant them in the spring. I'm experimenting with this year, and I hope you do too. There's still time.